one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Susan.
Here.
David's absent. Debbie.
Yeah.
Linda.
Yes.
Chris.
Yeah.
Shelby here. Kim.
Yes.
Moving on. I'd like the agenda approval. If there's any
I would like
changes.
some changes.
Look, I'll give it a second. If there's any agenda,
Yeah, we need to add the resolution from the Planning Commission, Resolution 24-23. I would put it as item 7I.
okay. Anything else? You have anything else?
No.
Okay. Debbie, what you got?
I'd like to make a motion to change the agenda. Let's see.
For what?
She wants to change something on the agenda. So-
Never mind.
Never mind, okay. All right. I make a motion to accept the agenda with this change of 24-23, 7I.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, moving on. Public comment. Open public comment. It's 6:32.
You want to go first? Hi, I have a comment. You guys are getting to know, oh, here we go. You guys are kind of getting to know me, aren't you? I'm Eileen Cosner. I want to start off by saying that I truly am thankful for all the interest you have shown in my concern. I also want to say that I think we can all agree that many mistakes have been made in regards to the shooting range that the city of Milan has built in Augusta Township. I could play the blame game, but I truly just want something to be done about it, about the noise. I found a company last night while searching. It's called Sound Fighter Systems. They worked with TSR, who is the one that put this one in here. They went in and improved the sound significantly. I don't know the price. You have to be a municipality to request it. I'm hoping that somebody can, take a look at it. Honestly, last night I just wanted to get up today and contact a lawyer. Let them take care of this fight for me. But the word hope kept coming to me by different people. While at the end of the day, I want to remain optimistic, I do realize that my neighbors and myself might have a bigger fight on our hands. I have not talked to a lawyer, but in the spirit of transparency, I have left a couple messages out there. I hope we can come to some acceptable end to this issue, but rest assured, it will not go away until every avenue is exhausted. Thank you.
Thank you.
Does anybody want to look at this?
Okay, yeah, can you make one?
Okay, come on.
Anybody else? Come on, Pete. You want to sit there or you want to walk up?
No, I'll walk up.
All right.
Couple of things. Brian, you need to straighten out David on who gets the roads done and who went out there and made sure they were getting done and how it was brought to the board, because he's lying on Facebook that he was the pusher of all that. I'm just letting you know.
Thank you.
You need to correct that. Debbie Fuqua, I would like to have you speak on my behalf that David Hall did get in your face because he's calling me a liar. You and Kath Howards. Not now. Public, I'm done, when I'm done. Kim, apparently there's been some disagreement about what happened at the primary, about David Hall being in the building. It's your job to make sure that doesn't happen. I'm not saying it happened because I wasn't. So, hopefully it doesn't happen in November. I hear the state or the county might be there. So just letting you know.
Thank you. Anybody else, please?
Ray. Couple issues. Put out a board packet with some comprehensive issues. The board has not had a chance to review it, other than they got a copy of the packet. You've got a purchasing policy. I sent an email to you, Ken, thank you. You said we don't have one in place. Debbie's been asking for one since she's been on the board. You guys have been on the board for almost 8 years. You're putting a purchasing policy out there without an opportunity for anybody to review it. I went through it. I don't think it's good. I don't know who wrote it up for you, but it needs to be tabled, needs to be received and filed. Everybody on the board needs to get a chance to review it, and the people in this township need to. As far as the project, the rail splitter development, that's another huge package that was just dumped on the board without an opportunity for anybody to review it. The township attorney has stated that he's incompetent, doesn't know anything, and that's on the record, Mr. Illich, that you know nothing about solar. That package needs to be reviewed by somebody other than you. It needs to be put out there. This needs to be received and filed also. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it, but it's massive and it needs to be looked at because there's a lot of potential problems with the decommissioning. It's already a failure, like I said it would be. DTE's pulled out of it, like I said they would. DTE has got a $2.8 billion fund from the federal government to rebuild Fermi. The future is not solar and wind. There's new, safe, efficient nuclear power on the way. These things are going to be dinosaurs, and we're going to get stuck with them. And it's already a failure. And the electricity is going to Lansing. We could have set up, I told Brian and a number of people on the board, we could have had community solar where we'd provide electricity to our community. But they didn't pursue that. They just let it go on until they let them file a collusive lawsuit to settle it and cram it down our throats. On another issue, the ARPA money, I guess Mike Green asked the question at the last meeting and Kath Howard corrected him. Well, Kath Howard needs to be corrected. Mike Green was right. The ARPA money can be used to provide additional assistance to households. I don't know who's been advising you guys. I see Colleen's not here to answer any questions, and Belinda, your boss, isn't here. So it's funny, laugh if you want. It's a good joke, huh? I got a job for you after the election. But it can be used to help households. It's all here. Chris, we had a discussion about whether the money could go back to the taxpayers, and you were misled by the experts stating that it couldn't. Well, here's right in the rules. Can my city decrease taxes after receiving these funds? The rule that would prohibit tax decreases is a restriction only on states. Only on states. The local government section of the bill contains no prohibition on lowering taxes. You could have lowered taxes. You're not going to cut me off on that. I got one more point. Okay? You guys passed ARPA money. We fought you. You wanted to build buildings. You're going to come back in if you get elected. You're going to use the utility fund to build a utility building. I already know what the plan is. And the people don't want it. Shake your head. I know what the rules are. I know what you're going to do. Shake your head.
Your time is up.
Well, my time isn't up right now because there's one more thing. You made sure you provided money for the consultants. You made sure that. That's what you do. You make money for consultants. You don't represent us.
Okay, all right, thank you. Anybody else? No, I don't see anybody else. All right, then I close public comments at 6:40. Okay, board response, anybody have a board response?
Yeah, I just would say, if you're gonna make allegations, you need to have proof. of your allegations. Just come up because you're saying something does not make it true.
Brian Shelby told me.
Yeah, it's board response, it's not.
There you go.
Come on.
Okay, anybody else?
Yeah, Mr. Shelby told my husband this, and I have also would like to make it to where F&B and the Woodhill Group, well, the Woodhill Group has got it all over their website, how they take care of our utility department. Well, since they take care of our utility department, we had a leak here for a year and a half. F&B didn't come to us for over 6 months and tell us that we had a leak. And then it had gone too far. I'd like to make a motion that F&B and the Woodhill Group has to cover the losses on those water leaks, since they're taking care of our water department, because our residents should not have to be responsible for that. And we want to make another motion to open up the utility meetings from here on out, because it is not transparent and the new people coming in won't know anything about the water department or the sewerage. And by the way, if the Woodhill Group has told you that you can borrow water money to build your township hall or your pole barn, it's illegal. The water department is supposed to be only used for the water and the sewerage.
I have no.
That is not your piggy bank.
Is that it? Okay, thanks. All right, anyways, and
You can laugh all you want,
I have
it's
no
not
idea where
funny.
it's coming from. It's just crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's.
Go keep having some more secret meetings with the Woodhill Group, because Colleen makes up all your resolutions.
Oh my gosh.
anyways,
Once again, if you have allegations, you need to have proof behind them. All right, are we moving on from?
well, I'm not done. with board
Oh, go ahead.
response.
You're not writing up budget changes.
Okay, anyways, in response to Pete's comments, yeah, David Hall is out there taking credit for stuff that he claims he did, that he didn't. I've been working on roads and ditches for a very, very long time. I bring those proposals to the board, and the board supports it, and that's how it gets done. It's because I go on surveys with Trevor, our road commission supervisor, which anybody can check on that, and we evaluate the roads, and I bring the proposals back to the board, and the board supports it, votes for it, and that's why the roads have gotten done, and they're in really good shape now. And as for the tire drive, the first tire drive was done by Lori Little. She was our zoning administrator. It came through Eagle, and I said to her, can you look into this and check in this grant? And she did, and that's how we got the first one. The second one, Alan took that on, and he wrote that up to get this one that's coming up on October 12th. But it all comes out of the supervisor's office. So that's to set that to rest. So moving on, moving on. Township business. Approved board trustees draft minute meetings from August 27th, 24.
So I would make a motion to approve the draft board of trustees meeting minutes from the August 27, 2024 meeting.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Fire chief? You got 5 minutes and then run.
You can pull that up, David.
I like that thing in there. Okay, for the month of August, we had 36 fire department responses. Property lost by fire was 0, cost recovery 0, ordinance violations were 0, burning permits were 21. We had one mutual aid response for Milan Fire Department for a tanker and to cover their station. Training for the month with ladder deployment, EMS, our new electric EV fan, hand tools, vent saw, nozzles, and we had survival flight. A lot of you saw the helicopter land by our station last month. We were doing our LZ class. which we try to do every 2 years. Public fire education is in the attached, and fire prevention. And now we're down to Linda Adams.
Okay. I make a motion for Jeff French to be hired. Mr. French has already passed his agility and oral boards.
Second it.
Jeff is also a captain for Superior Township, and he recently moved right across Bellmead over here, so he's very close, and being full-time, they have worked like 10, 12 days on, so he'll be more available for us also, so it's a great, great find, because he's already fully trained.
Okay.
You gotta do the roll call.
Anything else? Yeah.
You gotta do
Yep.
the roll call on it.
Yeah, okay. Make your motion.
I make a motion to hire Jeff French to be hired. Mr. French has already passed his agility and oral boards. And I think Debbie seconded it.
Okay. Susan?
Yes.
David's absent. Debbie?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Chris?
Yep.
Shelby, yes. Kim?
Yep.
Okay. Anything else?
Yep. I make a request.
Hey, wait a minute.
When's the open house?
Thank you.
October 6th.
Okay.
I got another motion to make.
Go ahead. do
Yes,
it.
make it.
Well, thank you for your permission.
No, I'm waiting for it.
I make a motion for the purchase of the Lucas Auto Pulse CPR device costing $27,000 from the American Rescue Grant to replace the soon obsolete Zoll Auto Pulse.
Second it.
Good.
And
You-
he's passed out information here. And what my understanding is the old one is gonna be obsolete soon. Also, it costs a lot of money to replace the batteries on the old one. This one has already saved 2 lives that the chief knows of using this. And this is what the future is for what they need.
The old
Save
Auto
lives.
Pulse was the best on the market at the time, which we got through a grant, and they've changed their model, and they're not gonna support the old one anymore. We've had it over 10 years. Basically, this is a machine, this one is a belt that we have that does compressions for CPR. The batteries are right around $900 a piece. And they're not good till they're bad. They have like a timer, like a lot of things, when their time's up, they turn off, you can't use them anymore. So as other departments have been switching to the Lucas, initially that wasn't the best system because it wouldn't accommodate a bigger person. Now they've upgraded, now it's the best system. So as other departments have switched to Lucas, I've been begging and getting their batteries from them because they don't need them anymore to extend the life of ours. So we've about run out, so we'd like to upgrade to the Lucas. Basically, it's a system, the Lucas system looks like a suction cup, goes on their chest. So when it pushes down, it also pulls back, so you get negative pressure, better circulation. Sumter got theirs 3 weeks ago, they've had 2 saves already. So instead of having a guy's line, we work people for a minimum of 30 minutes. So if we've got 6 or 7 guys there, we're up pretty quick. So 2 men can run this, or 2 women. And this can be used in transit. You see people when they push a stretcher, they're trying to do CPR with one hand. That's not good CPR. So this machine continues to go the whole time.
And if you've ever done CPR on somebody, unfortunately I've had to,
It's not
it
good.
takes a lot to do this. So this is something that where you don't have to keep transferring out people to do CPR. This is,
And you don't have to worry about
Absolutely.
breaking your ribs.
No, not
well,
only that,
the
you're asking
ribs
out
is the least of their
yourself.
problem,
Right.
keeping them alive is the.
Yeah. Right.
But this is something that it takes the tiredness of people out of the equation and stuff. I think this is a must-have for our fire
Make your
department
motion.
staff.
I seconded already.
Oh, I'm sorry. All right, Susan?
Yes.
David's absent. Debbie?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Chris?
Yeah.
Shelby, yes. Kim?
Yes.
Moving on. Anything else, Dave?
Okay, our fire station, we just have one door seal to be put in, and we're pretty much finally caught up and done. We filed all the reports with the state of Michigan, state fire marshal, all our maintenance was conducted. Our 2 firefighters that were going through the academy both have graduated. One graduated top of the class. And we had 1 firefighter retire after 12 years, Mike Wisniewski, who's also on Sumter Fire Department. So Mike was a great asset and he'll be missed.
All I had to.
October 6th is our open house. We hope to have survival flight, land in the field. Be cooking hot dogs and have the smokehouse there, bring the kids, grandkids, and take a look at the fire station.
Thank you. I make a motion to accept the fire chief's report as given.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Moving on, approve resolution 2418 Bellmead lighting.
Yeah, so this is the annual resolution that we do, when we go through and evaluate how much money has come in for the lighting as opposed to what has gone out. And so, everybody received this, let me. So I would make a motion to approve the draft resolution 24-18, resolution to approve the Bellmead SAD for lighting for December 1st of 2024, tax billing at $24.75 per parcel.
Second. Susan?
Yes.
David's absent. Debbie?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Shelby, yes. Kim?
Yes.
Okay, next thing, approve resolution 2419.
I'd like to make a
Purchase of
motion to file and receive. We haven't had enough time to look at it.
Well, you've had it
You
for.
could have asked that
It
to be
doesn't
taken
matter
off the
whether
agenda.
it's only been
We're
a
past
week.
that.
Okay, let her finish what she's going to do. All right, go ahead, Kim.
Well, I am gonna make a motion to adopt the draft resolution. Everyone's had it for a week at least, and it was recommended by the auditors. We discussed it at the last board meeting. So I would make a motion to approve draft resolution 2419 to adapt the draft purchasing policy 0003.
Second.
And I made a motion to file and receive and give us more time until next month to be able to look at this.
Okay, Susan,
Which motion are we?
this is
So
the one
Deborah
for
didn't
the...
get a second.
Oh, okay, all right.
Second.
Yes.
All right,
Which,
Chris just seconded it.
okay. Well, that's, Kim, yours was first. So, Susan,
Going in and adapting it?
yeah.
Yes.
David's absent. Debbie?
No.
Linda?
Yes.
Chris?
No.
Shelby, no. Kim?
yes.
We're at a draw. So,
File and
Also, it
receive.
doesn't pass. 3-3, it's a fail.
okay. All right, moving on. Approve snow removal proposal.
I know it's the auditors, so that's okay. We'll just do it.
Approve snow removal.
Okay, so that would be Meadows Lawn and Trim has submitted their proposal for snow removal service. So it's all different prices for the plowing depending on how many inches, the salting. So my motion is to approve Meadows Lawn and Trim for the season of 2024 through 2025 snow removal at the attached rates.
Second.
Susan?
Yes.
David's absent. Debbie?
Yes.
Linda?
Yes.
Chris?
Yes.
Shelby, yes. Kim?
Yes.
Okay, now, approve resolution 2420 rail splitter development agreement. Okay.
I'm sorry, I have to back up. So on the Meadows, did everyone vote
Everybody
in
said
favor of it?
yes.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so now on for the approval of the resolution 2420 development agreement. So,
I'm gonna make a motion to file and receive that too.
No second. Let's move on.
Okay, so this is the rail splitter
Wait, hey, come on.
development agreement.
go ahead, what's that again? Yeah,
So resolution 2420,
20.
and I'm gonna read the resolution. The whole agreement is attached.
Is there an amendment to this?
Yeah,
Did you see the one that I edited, that I made a few minor edits to? I sent that to you last night, I think.
oh,
Right.
so I would not have it if it's from last night.
There was a couple of minor edits that needed to be made to it that I caught.
Can you tell me what they are now?
Yeah, in the second whereas,
Okay,
okay, and the end of the line, the first line there, it says planning commission approved A. There's no A in there. It should be a final site plan for a rail splitter 1 project, subject to minor conditions.
okay, wait a second, so
Just add A.
approved a final site plan,
Right.
okay,
Right.
okay.
And then in the third line of that same whereas, it reads, a revised final site plan was filed with minor changes, which was, rather than were,
Okay.
approved. These are minor
Yeah,
changes. And then in the first, now therefore be it resolved, the last line, it says executed by Ranger, and it should say executed by Rail Splitter Solar. Fully executed by Rail Splitter Solar,
okay,
so because it's gonna be executed actually by probably Rail Splitter and Ranger Solar actually, but what's happened is there's been an assignment by Rail Splitter of the project basically to Whitetail Solar, okay? So, and actually Ranger's not gonna sign it, but Whitetail Solar will end up signing the agreement also. So they're taking over the project, and they're the same outfit, it's actually the same people basically.
Yeah.
Whitetail Solar was the project that was named in Yorktown, actually, so they're just changing everything to Whitetail Solar.
okay. Okay, so, yeah, so whereas Rail Splitter Solar has proposed development for Rail Splitter 1, a utility-grade, ground-mounted, large solar, commercial solar energy development project in the township, and whereas at a meeting on July 17, 2024, the Planning Commission approved a final site plan for the Rail Splitter project subject to minor conditions, and on August 14, 2024, a revised final site plan was filed with minor changes, which was approved by the Planning Commission on August 21st of 2024. And whereas the terms of the Township zoning ordinance require a developer of a commercial solar project to enter into a special land use development agreement with the Township prior to commencement of work on the project, and whereas representatives of Rail Splitter Solar LLC and the Township through its legal counsel negotiated the attached proposed development agreement, and the Township attorney has informed this board that the agreement is ready for approval in its current form, subject to minor edits to prepare the agreement for final execution and recording with the County Register of Deeds. And whereas the board reviewed the proposed development agreement as approved by the Township attorney and is satisfied with the agreement as in accordance with the Township ordinances, and entering into the agreement is in the best interest of the Township and its residents. And now therefore be it resolved, this board hereby approves the development agreement as attached, subject to receipt of the agreement fully executed by the developer in a form approved by the Township attorney. The Township supervisor and clerk are hereby directed to sign the attached development agreement when it is fully executed by Rail Splitter Solar LLC and approved by the Township attorney. And be it further resolved that the supervisor and clerk are hereby authorized to enter into and accept such other bonds, letters of credit, and other security agreements related to the project that are necessary or appropriate for the development of the recommended and approved by the Township attorney. And be it further resolved that developer shall record and return a recorded copy of the development agreement to the Township. Commencement of site work or construction authorized by the approved site plan and the approval development agreement is not permitted until all the following have occurred. A, execution of recording of this agreement and the decommissioning agreement. B, insurance certificates satisfactory to the Township have been filed. C, posting of performance guarantees required by the development agreement. D, posting and decommissioning security as required under the terms and conditions of the decommissioning agreement. E, deposit in escrow necessary funds to cover township inspection fees in accordance with the township's development fee policy. And F, approval of the township to proceed with the development following the required pre-development conference. So I would make a motion to approve Resolution 2420, a resolution to adopt the, let's see, a resolution to approve the rail splitter development agreement.
Second.
Second by Adams.
And I make a motion to file and receive.
Second.
So call the roll call, Brian, please.
Okay. Susan?
Yes.
No, wait.
I'm
Wait.
Kim's.
This is on the,
Oh, on
yeah,
yours, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Yeah.
I get confused because we
I
keep
know.
getting things
I know,
added that's
I'm
not.
sorry, yeah.
All
So
right.
this, we're doing a roll call on approving the resolution 2420
Right.
to approve
Okay.
the rail splitter development agreement.
All right.
Right. But it's,
Any
okay.
questions about any of this? That's why I'm here. actually.
Yeah, I know. Well, we talked about the money, you know, going into escrow and then us having control, you know, here in Michigan with
So,
it.
that's not in the development agreement.
Okay, that's not
in the
that, okay.
decommission- that's in the
All right, I'll stop.
decommissioning
I'll wait
agreement.
till we get there.
So,
Okay.
the-
All right.
The
All right.
development agreement has a provision in there for depositing escrow for development inspections and costs of the township while the construction is going on.
Right. Okay, I blended the two. Okay, moving on. Susan?
Yes.
David's absent. Debbie?
No.
Linda?
Yes.
Chris?
No.
Shelby, yes. Kim?
Yes.
Okay, now moving on.
Okay, so now we go to the decommissioning agreement. And we do have two of these. We have one for rail splitter 1 and one for rail splitter 2.
I have a question.
Go ahead.
Didn't you hand Carlisle Wortman $5,000 to research whether it was legal to put solar or wind on viable farmland? In the federal law, it states that it's illegal, and in state law, it's illegal. I wanna know how you guys are being able to do this. Because what you're doing is tearing up good farm property. Excuse me,
Wait,
Vic,
wait,
you're
wait,
not an
okay.
expert in
Wait,
this.
Debbie. Let
You admitted it.
Debbie, finish your question.
Don't laugh, Kim,
No,
he admitted it.
hey, come on. Please, Debbie, finish your question.
I would like to have an attorney, an expert, look at these agreements.
That is very disrespectful.
No, it isn't.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
There's experts in every field, Kim, and Vic already admitted that this is not his expertise.